we've known each other a long time, and of course, I guess the association back in the days of FPV, and I think it's fair to say, given the time, probably was the #1 man in Ford Performance in all of the upgrades. Life has changed a lot for all of us in recent times, and of course, Mustang has arrived in their shores a few years ago, and of course, Robbie is the Ford Performance man in Australia. So,
thank you.
Yeah, he is. No, he's the #1. He's the guru of Ford Performance in Australia, no question. I remember I was in Suma a couple of years ago, and of course, I get to Ford Performance. They have a look at the release of the GT40. Robbie's there with all of the people at Ford Performance. Knows everybody from the top right down, right through the organisation. But it
was an eye-opener for you,
I staggered at the size of it. It was 32 kilometres if you walk past every booth.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about.
Very blessed in my life. I've been in the automotive industry now this year for 44 years since I left school, and been very blessed. I worked with my father and my aunt when I was a kid with a BP service station. So I grew up learning customer service, what it was to serve somebody and give someone the respect for their car, check their oil, check their water, check their tyres. So I've sort of grown up from a little boy that has always been around cars. And I never wanted to go to school. I hated school. I used to wag all the time and sign the attendance checks from the school and all those sort of things. And work experience come along, and the old man sort of said to me, Rob, I don't think you should be going back to school. I think you better stay here with me. And so that's what I've done. At 15 years old, I left school, and I'm 59 this year, and I still enjoy cars as much as I did back when I was a kid that left school.
There was a big period when we were with locally based Falcon.
Yeah.
But few that's taken a direction, a change of direction.
Yeah.
The arrival of Mustang. It's a completely new world for you.
It really is, and like we done so many cars, like my shop was full of Falcons day in, day out. And I got word that the plant was shutting down, and I sort of figured, I'm getting a bit older, so I'm 59 this year, and do I really need to be making parts and having fellow Australians copying my parts and renaming them and all this sort of stuff? I was just over it. There's just a bit of a shit fight out there in the aftermarket industry.
Correct.
And hence why, like what Premcar are doing here, it's just what I believe in.
Yeah. Just a little segue into what you said about earlier about relationships, and one of the Mustangs that you had done some work on, developed not an issue with what you'd done, but something that had happened to the car. I rang Rob and said, "Here's the thing. Seriously, folks, you got no idea how quickly Rob turned this around." And I went, "Wow, that's big on customer service." You got a response, and the issue was manufacturing back in the US.
Yeah.
But that was fixed up in a heartbeat. Bang,
yeah, it was quite a funny story. This gentleman rang me and he says, "Rob, my car stopped Friday night." I said, "What's happened to Corolla?" He goes, "Won't crank." I go, "Oh shit, starter motor's packed up or something's gone wrong." He goes, "Clicks." He goes, "I'm going to send it to Sinclair Ford." I think, "Great, Hamo's there. I know the car will be looked after properly." And they rang me up. Hamo's mechanic rang me, or Hamo might have rung him myself. And he said, "The supercharger's locked up." I said, "All right, look, please get the supercharger off the car. I'll pay the freight. We'll get it back." I said, "We've had no failures. It's amazing. We've done all these cars. We've not had one failure." Anyway, lo and behold, Hamo's mechanic, when I see him, I'm going to shake his hand and thank him for being so honest. He took the throttle body off the vehicle and looked through the hole, and his supercharger rotor was locked up with a bolt in it. Now, this guy had been driving this car every day. He'd had an accident, and somehow or another, I don't know how, there must have been a little 10mm bolt or something fallen into the air cleaner. He'd been driving it for months. Since it had been repaired, this bolt's gone up and jammed in the road and locked the supercharger up. So here we are thinking we've got our first failure. We hadn't actually had a failure at all. It was a man-made fault.
As a result of his accident?
Yeah, but like, again, we had the issue. I'm the distributor, I'm the guy that done the work. I'm going to go to Hamo, and I did say to you, you pull off, you give me a bill for your time, we got to look after this customer, we've got to get him back on the road. And that's what fails in this industry with all these people that give you all these promises or want to do things on the cheap. It's, like, the beauty of all this is these people engineer a car and they work with Ford, for Ford. The durability's been done. There's money that no one in the aftermarket and myself could afford to spend to develop what is here. And it's expensive, yes. I say this is an expensive thing. You know what? But it's worth the money. It really is. you know.
And I guess that's part of our conversation with our people is that you can't hand them details of engineering costs
No.
and testing and the testing, and Chris will talk about this in a little while.
Yeah.
But somebody you've been in that aftermarket world, and there's lots of people in it.
Well, look, if you don't know who Premcar is, or you know, and if you don't know, and like I just find it stupid. There's other people that I don't call anyone my competitor. I don't look at anyone as competitor. There's other people in this marketplace that are just chest beaters and carrying on with the greatest amount of crap. Seriously.
I couldn't say it, but you
Yeah,
can.
right. I will. You know what I mean? But they carry on, and you know, like if Premcar come along and said to me, Rob, would you endorse my product? Why am I here? Because I believe in them. I believe in what they're doing.